Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today we're going to be talking about Wind River.
So, Wind River is about a veteran game tracker played by Jeremy Renner who ends up teaming up with this FBI agent that's played by Elizabeth Olsen, and the whole movie takes place around this mysterious murder that happens on an Indian reservation. So, there's a lot of intrigue, mystery, it's crime, it's noir, it's western, because it takes place on this Indian reservation.
This movie was directed by Taylor Sheridan, who also did Hell or High Water and Sicario. I really enjoyed Hell or High Water, so I was really excited to see this film. I just love his western noir type feel to his movie. It's something, brings back like the older western vibes.
Yeah, I also really was anticipating this movie because I like Sicario and I did like Hell or High Water. And he has a very distinct style, very grounded, brutal style that I really like, and his cinematography is excellent.
The cinematography in this film is amazing. You see all this icy, sculpted land with mountains and everything, and it really takes you to a very ice-cold place, and it's very dark, and you just don't want to be there.
Yeah, it really matches the tone of the movie, and it did a good job of the way he's done it in his past movies, where this really harsh environment is almost a character in of itself, and the cinematography that is taking place over these huge, vast landscapes of barren snowscapes, mountains, and just sparse woods, it just worked so well with the tone of the movie, and it really added to just the hopelessness and the fear that's in this movie, the tension.
The acting was really good in this film, I have to say. Jeremy Renner knocked it out of the ballpark. He was super good in this film. I always know he could act, and he definitely brought his game to this movie. And also, I really enjoyed Elizabeth Olsen. Again, we just saw the other movie last night, and she's playing two different roles, and she does it really well.
Yeah, I have to say, both these actresses showed incredible range in this movie. Jeremy Renner, who I haven't seen in a ton of movies other than the Avengers movies, he really shined. He really showed that he is a world-class actor. He's not just Hawkeye. And Elizabeth Olsen, she's not just Scarlet Witch. She can do it all. We saw in the movie last night she can be a comedic actor, and this was very serious. Mm-hmm. And she did a great job. They both did fantastic jobs.
Yeah, I've heard Jeremy Renner can't act, and I've always known he could from The Hurt Locker, and he's done other movies previously, and I'm really glad that he went back to this type of movie.
I feel like he doesn't get enough credit, because now he's been cast as Hawkeye. That's all most people think of him as, but you mean Hurt Locker, incredible. This movie is on par with Hurt Locker, in my opinion. I personally think he should be nominated. One of the best performances of the year for me.
Yeah, he really brought the emotion and depth to the performance that was just brought you to tears in some point.
And he did a lot without talking a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he does talk a fair amount, but you can see a lot in his eyes, a lot of his emotion. He just does it through acting. It's not just him telling you how he's feeling.
Yeah, through his facial expressions, you can tell exactly at that moment what he was thinking, what he was feeling.
Yeah.
It's really good. The only con I have to knock on this film is the pacing. It felt like it dragged into some parts, and I'm really nitpicking here because I'm comparing it a little bit to Hell or High Water, where I think is actually longer than this film, but the pacing in that film between the actors and the storyline, it flowed really well. This one, it was just a little slow sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't really think it felt slow. The movie is, I'm going to say, it's not as action-packed as Sicario or Hell or High Water. It is a little more intrigue, mystery, putting the pieces together of what happened with this murder. And I guess that lends itself to being a little slower paced than those movies. But it still worked really well. I thought the pacing was good.
That's me really nitpicking. Otherwise, I really loved the film, and I really enjoyed it.
So the one thing that I did really like about this movie, and they even do show something towards the end of the movie, it's a little end title thing. And this movie does shed a bit of a light on Native Americans in this country and how they're disadvantaged and how, sometimes they're on their own. They're on these reservations and they have to make decisions and they don't have the resources. So I thought that was a cool thing to add to it. It was an interesting perspective to put in this movie.
Oh, yes, it definitely was, where there's only 6 cops to cover this whole sparse land that's the size of Rhode Island, and they really have no procedural type way of solving a crime. They just kind of do it and hope for the best that they can find the person that did it.
Yeah. So another thing that I did really like about the movie is kind of the themes that are throughout the movie. It has a lot to do with vengeance, acceptance, depression, losing someone that you really care about and how people deal with that. And it's almost shows the stages of how you deal with loss, with Jeremy Renner especially, and a couple of the other characters. And I thought that was well acted and was really well executed.
I would give this movie an 8.5, just a half notch down from what I would have given Hell or High Water. I really enjoyed the story, the acting. I thought the pacing was just a little slow, but overall it was a really great movie. I definitely say go check it out. There's not much coming out this weekend, so if it's near a theater near you, go see it.
Now, I would give this movie a 9 out of 10. I thought it was excellent. I think it was probably top 3 or 4 movies of the year for me. I thought the acting was incredible. I thought the cinematography was to die for, and the direction's excellent. I mean, this guy just keeps knocking it out of the park with these past 3 movies. I can't wait to see what he does next. And it really put Jeremy Renner especially out there as somebody that I cannot wait to see what he chooses to do next.
I've always been a Jeremy Renner fan, so I'm glad you're jumping the bandwagon. Alright guys, this is our review of Wind River.
So guys, if you saw Wind River, let us know what you thought about it. Do you think it's as good as Sicario or Hell or High Water? I personally think it's just as good, if not better than both of them, in my opinion. So put it down in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And
bye.
See ya.